welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. If you're new around here, my name is Autumn. I have two little girls, Alani, who is 5, and Emmy, who is 2. She'll actually be 3 in November. We're not even gonna go into that because I can't believe it. I am in the craziness of packing for Disney right now, but my thrift books order arrived, so I wanted to show some of the books that I have gotten for fall. Now, I've done a previous blog post on both fall and Halloween books, so any of the ones that I mentioned on that blog post, I'm not really going to go into detail about those books on here. These are going to be books that I have gotten over time, and I just realized that some of these I haven't shared yet, so I figured I would just quickly sit down and film this video. The biggest part of this is going to be the fall books, but I do have a few Halloween books that I want to mention as well. We own both of these books, and we used them for the first unit in playing preschool. They are Apple Picking Day and Picking Apples and Pumpkins. So we focused on the apple part of this book, and we'll look into pumpkins a little bit later. Something that I like about having both of these books is that this one is fun and has great illustrations, but this one has real pictures in it. These two books are from our library. They are Tap the Magic Tree and From Apple Trees to Cider Please. This one goes through the process of making apple cider, and this is not necessarily a fall book, but it is about the changes that an apple tree goes through for all 4 seasons. So I like this one because you can explore the apple tree throughout the seasons, and you can also focus more on what happens in the fall. This book, Penguin and Pumpkin, is super cute. It is about penguins who are curious about fall, so they leave the ice in search of a farm to learn more about it. I'm not even gonna try to say this title. I have tried to say it like 10 times, and it has become too much of a tongue twister for me. But another really good book. It's about a squirrel that realizes that a leaf is missing from its tree, and he assumes that it has been taken in some way and eventually learns what happens in the fall. But a really cute one. It kind of reminds me of the book Leaves, where there is a bear that is really worried about what is happening to the tree as the leaves fall. But they are both very different, so if you already have leaves, I still think this is a good pick. Also, in the back of the book, there's really good factual information, so I like that as well. The Scarecrow is such a sweet story. It is about a scarecrow that finds a tiny baby crow and takes care of it, and it evolves from there. But if you haven't read this story, it is so sweet, and I highly recommend it. This one is new for us, but I like it because it teaches the lesson of what happens to a squash, but it also is funny for kids because Sophie grows this attachment to this squash. So I'm glad that we're able to add this one to our library. I've never read this book before, but I really wanted to add some more diversity to our library. So this one is going to be great because it's a tale of the Mid-Autumn Festival. I think this is a great way to show how different people celebrate the fall season. It's not just about apple picking or pumpkin picking for everyone. This book, Little Tree, is such a beautiful story about change. And it's about a little tree that holds on tight to its leaves. It does not want its leaves to fall. And I think it's such a beautiful message about growth and change. So I really wanted to have this book in our library. This is a new one for us. Leaf Man is another one that I got through thrift books. It is just the tiniest bit damaged. There is a page that has a little rip that I'm just going to tape. It is not a big deal. I'm gonna flip through this one because I feel like it's important for you to just see the illustrations and the way the pages are. It is such a beautiful story, and what I really like about it is that it also has labels for all of these different types of leaves. I know that is something that really interests Alani, so she is gonna have a lot of fun looking through this book. But this book asks the question, where does a leaf man go when the wind blows? And just takes you through a little journey. This book is called The Thank You Book, and it is not necessarily a fall book, but with Thanksgiving coming up, I think that it's a really great book for showing different types of things that you can be thankful for. I'm gonna flip through this one as well so that you can see, but it talks about how thank you isn't just for your manners and how there are so many things that you can use thank you for and be thankful for. So I think this is a really good book to introduce that concept ahead of a season where you might be discussing that more with your children. And again, I'm not gonna go through all of the books that are in my fall blog post, but I just wanted to show that these are some of the other ones that we really enjoy. All right, moving on to Halloween, this is going to be a lot shorter. This first book honestly works for fall and Halloween. I think the Ladybug Girl books are super cute, but in this one, she cannot figure out what she wants to be for Halloween, which is the part that I believe works great for Halloween. But she also goes apple picking and pumpkin picking, so again, parts of that are perfect just for fall in general. Alani still loves I Spy books, so I wanted to recommend this one. They actually have a few different book themes, and we really like the Halloween one. I will definitely show the inside of this one because it is just really cute. On each page, there are multiple things to find, but it also counts all the way from 1 to 10. So that is another thing that you can be working on with your little one. And I feel like this is a book that can really grow with your child because you can just be searching for a few things in the beginning or even one thing in the beginning and eventually move on to finding everything on the page, which is where Alani is at this point. The Little Ghost Who Was a Quilt is another new one for us, and it is a really cute story about a ghost who wants to be a sheet like everyone else and not a quilt because that makes him different and he's not able to do the same things as the other ghosts. But he's found by a little girl and her mom, and she snuggles up with him and does all of these things, and he realizes he would not have had this experience had he not been different, had he not been a quilt. So again, a book with a deeper meaning behind it, but that is also entertaining for kids. So I'm excited to introduce my girls to this one. And again, I have way more Halloween books than the ones I showed, but these and more are in my blog post about Halloween books. That was a lot of books, but I'm so excited to jump into the ones that are new to us, and I wanted to make sure that I was sharing some of the ones that we already enjoy. If you like videos like this, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're not yet subscribed, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.